Welcome to Gazala's Food and Travel. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. If you love mountains and you love beautiful views, you are in for a treat. We went to Al Hada Telefric cable car. It's a ride and it's absolutely spectacular. So this was the ticket office. Once you get to it, it was quite hard to find actually. It wasn't that easy to find, but we did eventually get there. So there's coach parking over there. So a couple of coaches have come, and that was the entry road behind us, and parking for cars is to the left there. So as you can see, next to the ticket office is all these gates, and obviously when they're really busy, you'll find people sort of queuing, in the zigzag fashion. But like I said, when we came in December, it was really, really quiet, not busy at all. There were only two people, or there was three people buying tickets before me, and the ticket price for us was 100 Saudi riyals, which is about £20. This absolutely beautiful building on the left-hand side, it used to be a hotel, I believe. I don't know if it was called the Meridian, it might have been, but it's absolutely gorgeous. You can see another car entering there. That road by the side of the old hotel is the exit route, so when you're leaving you go down there. It's a fairly large car park. It's like I said, it wasn't busy, so it's easy for us to find parking, and there's a signpost that tells you where the toilets are. There's a mosque there as well, and this is a beautiful view of the old hotel. I really wanted to show you this because it was just absolutely gorgeous, really, really lovely. I love the colour of it, and the design is just so nice. There's a lift up there. I doubt that's working. Didn't see any movement really, not at all. So here's the entrance to the Telefric, they call it, the cable car. It's actually called Telefric. You can see it up there and in Arabic as well. So here are the tickets, which have a QR code which they scan as you get on at the top, and they actually scan at the bottom as well to make sure that you've got the return ride booked as well. So as we're walking along here, it's really lovely and light, and our first look at the cable cars. They do look pretty sturdy and quite safe actually, and very clean. They look extremely clean. So the young man came and took our tickets, and then I think he goes and scans them. He actually lets you on, but he goes and scans them. You have to get on as it slowly moves, so it doesn't actually stop. I don't know what they would do for someone who's disabled and wanted to get on. They may actually be able to stop it, I don't know. So we got inside our cable car, and you can see it's made by Doppelmayr, which must be a company that does this sort of cable ride systems. And it's going really slowly as it goes around, because obviously when there's lots and lots of people, there'll be quite a few cable cars coming up, and they just want you to get in as quickly as you can. It was all really clean inside, and no, really lovely. So just to let you know, this is the fifth longest cable car ride in the world, and it starts at an elevation of 2,177 meters above sea level. It's actually the longest cable car ride in the whole of the Middle East, apparently. Got my son to open the windows because it was, although it was December, this is like a bit of a greenhouse really, because it was all closed off, so it was quite hot when we got onto it. But we opened up, and there was a nice breeze sort of coming through, which was nice. As we're sort of like coming out of the top station, it starts to speed up. There we go, we're going much faster now, and we're just like waiting with bated breath just to see what the view's going to be like. And oh my word, is it spectacular or what? You feel like you're on top of the world because you're looking down, and look at those cars coming there. That's the road that takes you to Mecca actually, and it's between Taif and Makkah, and it's quite a good road actually. It's gorgeous, but look at the views, look at those mountains. They look so spectacular, and this road actually snakes its way up Hada Mountain, because we were like at the top of Hada Mountain just then, and you can see to the left as well how it sort of snakes around and just follows the contours of the mountains. It was absolutely beautiful, and it was so silent. It really was. Apart from the window being open, and you could hear the wind outside, but it was really, really peaceful and gorgeous, really lovely. I think I told you it's a 4.2 kilometer cable ride, so it's quite long. And before you, you can see the mountains of Al Taif. It's a beautiful area. We've been here a few times and not managed to do this, but this time round I thought, no, we've got to do the cable car ride because it sounded so spectacular. So just looking ahead, like I said, you can see those gorgeous mountains, you can see the roads, and at some points you actually got quite close to the side of the mountain. Just felt like, you could actually sort of reach out and touch it almost. It's quite rocky, the bit that we're going past now. You can see all the stones that have been weathered, but I just really, really love this ride. It's so wonderful. I moved over to the right hand side so I could get like an external view of it, because they've got these slide down windows on the side as well. So I think we opened everything just to let the breeze come in, and so there you go. Now you can actually see it not through glass. Look at that. There's the road that carries on snaking around, and it just goes like up and down and around. It's quite a good drive actually. Yeah, very, very nice. And I speeded up the video because it goes quite slow, yeah, and I think from the top to the bottom it's about sort of 20-ish minutes, like 25 minutes to take you down. So I thought, I don't think anybody wants to watch it for 25 minutes, but look at this. This is what I mean. Look, you feel like you're getting really, really close to the mountain. I didn't try and put my hand out and touch anything. I've already said this is the road between Al Taif and Makkah, and it gets quite busy, so anyone coming from Riyadh possibly would be coming along this road, go through Taif and then down to Makkah. So it's very, very busy, and it's a well-made road. I have to say that most of the roads in Saudi are brilliant. Just looking at these screes on the side of the mountain, it's where the rock's been weathered, alright, and broken down, so it looks like little bits of rubble. It does. I did geography when I was at school, and so I learnt all about screes and how they're formed. There seems to be quite a lot of greenery on the mountain valley. I know it's December, and I would imagine that a bit later on, when it sort of warms up a bit and they actually get some rain, in sort of March, April, May they get rain, it would be a lot greener. So here we've got like the view looking back from where we've come, and you can see the station, the top station right at the top there. There you go, see again, God, that got quite close there. Wow. You can see the sort of our shadow moving along. It wasn't going this fast, like I said. I've actually speeded it up a bit. As we were going down, we could see riverbeds. I'm sure that there is a stream or a couple of streams that sort of come down this mountain when it rains, and I believe that they do actually get flash floods as well. So just over there would have been a waterfall. You can see it's a little bit damp and a bit wet because there's little rivulets of water still coming down, although it's December. I would love to come in, I think April and May they get the most rain. I would love to come then and go on here, but it might then be raining and wet and not get such a good view, because it was such a glorious day. Look at the blue sky. The mountains were a little bit hazy, But just look at that sky. It was like just bright, sunny, not a cloud in the sky at all. One thing I noticed was that a lot of the cable cars, or most of the cable cars that were coming back up, were empty. I don't think, like I said, it wasn't very busy. I think we only saw one cable car with some people in it, which, I suppose it's understandable because it's probably the low season here. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe people, I mean, I do believe people come up to Taif because it's a lot cooler in the summer. So, a lot more people are probably coming up here in Taif when it's so hot in the non-mountainous areas. So they'll be coming up to Taif just to sort of stay cool and enjoy things a bit more. Yeah. So there goes another cable car, and so we kept going. Look at those little peaks on the right. We are sort of like heading down the side of this valley, and the scenery is just spectacular. On the way back I'll show you the other side and you get to see a lot more of the mountains, but this is like close up of this mountain. There would be like another stream, I would imagine, would be coming down that little ravine there, or two ravines there, and again it looks quite green, and they've got these little shrubs that are actually growing there, or they're like little trees maybe. No, it's absolutely spectacular. I so enjoyed this, and for £20 per person, it's an amazing value. I think really good. So, here we go. We are near the end now. You can see the bottom station down, just in the sort of down there past the road, and what you can see in front of you, all those mountains, and I believe the mountain we're coming down as well, is part of the Hijaz Mountains in the Al Taif area. This was again very surprising because I imagined, before I actually came to Saudi Arabia, I imagined that it would just be all flat and desert. So absolutely incredible to see this. See more of the snaking road here. The cars are not really going that fast. I have speeded it up, remember? So as we're heading down, we see some more another cable car go past. I think they actually have more cable cars than this normally. I think when it's the high season, I can't remember the number they had, but they've got far more than what I've actually seen going past. So you probably have them, dotted, but you might be able to see the person in front of you or the people behind you. Not sure. This might have been an old road, I think. Maybe. Not sure, because it's got all these bushes growing there. So we're nearing the Al Khar village, which is a tourist village, and it's got some water there. There is a water park, which you'll get to see once we've gone round. You get a better view of it. And apparently it's got, obviously the water park is one of the activities, and they've got lots and lots of other activities. And I think people come here and sort of like, go to sort of climb the mountain and do some other activities around here. We didn't actually stop at the bottom station because we didn't have time for a start. So we didn't get to see around the village. But if I do come again, I think I'd like to have a little look around and maybe make a video of it, see what that's like. So here we are nearing the bottom station. You can see the two little archways. That's where we'll be going in, and that's where the cable car then turns around to come back up. But absolutely amazing, really gorgeous. It's very sort of, all of it's very light and bright. It'd be nice to see when it was actually busy. Really, yeah. So here we go, we're going into the lower station now, the bottom station. And I put my camera in because I don't want it to bash into anything. So there's the wheel that turns it. Alright, it's taking it around. So again, it slows right down when it comes here, because obviously if you want to get off, it has to slow down. And also people that might be in the village that want to get back on again, they would have to get on like that. So the guard did actually come and take the ticket. So I don't think he gave them back to us. I think they just keep them there so that you're not going to try and blag it and maybe get another run on it. Although I don't think it'd work. They've got safety rules up there. We didn't get to read them, but here we are coming out of the bottom station. You get a good look at the water park. There you go, there's a slide, a long slide, there's a nice pool here, and you can see like the curly whirly slides up there as well. So that was a good view of the actual water park. So there's quite a few pools actually, there's different pools, possibly sort of different depths as well. Oh, there's like a very long, I think there's a tube slide as well there, you know. I'd go down there, be quite good. And it looks like a little theatre place there, with all the colourful seating. But now you get to see the mountains, and look, you can see the sun as well. Wow. It was sort of, it was fairly hot if you sort of like got out, but within the car it was all right. Within the cable car, the windows were open, and it's quite breezy out there. So there are the little cars. I always thought when I was doing this ride, looking down on the road, it felt like I was sort of like observing like a Scalextric set, the little racing cars that children have on like a little track. That's what it felt like, and it looks so cool. It really does. So now you're getting to see more of those Hijaz Mountains. They're so gorgeous. Oh, look at that. That is so, so wonderful. I do love this sort of view and the beauty of mountains. I've always loved mountains, alright? I love going to anywhere that there's mountains. So this is really, really spectacular. An interesting fact is that the mountain that we started up from, Al Hada, at the top station, is actually higher than Ben Nevis in the UK, and it's about half as high as the mountains in Switzerland. Yeah, so that's very interesting, I think. There you go, more of the Scalextrics going on there. And as you go around, you can see how they've like cut into the side of the mountains, to make this road, which is absolutely spectacular. I think my husband really enjoyed driving on this road because it's a dual carriageway. A lot of places you get mountains and then you've got a single track road, or you've just got like two lanes, one going that way, one coming this way. But this is like a dual carriageway, and yeah, pretty good. Here we've got a massive hairpin bend, because this road is full of hairpin bends. It's absolutely huge. Look at that. Just goes round. Looks like a racing track, doesn't it? But you get a really spectacular view of the Hijaz Mountains from here. So lovely. It felt really quick going back up. I don't know. It's always the case. When you're going somewhere, it feels longer, and when you're coming back, it just feels much shorter. So there is the bed of the river. I'm sure there's obviously been a river here, or there is at certain times of the year at least. And yeah, you can see all that with the little rocks and the big rocks. And just looking over to the left there, I thought that actually looked like some sort of path that's actually been made specifically. I don't know whether you're allowed to walk on that. It'd be quite cool to actually get onto that and walk up the mountain on that path. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. You can see the little bits of water, alright, that's still trickling down. I don't know if it snows in these mountains. I'll have to check that up. But, any of these little stepped bits, when the water does come, or if they've got like a bit of a flood or a flash flood, you're going to find little waterfalls here. You are. So it's just like so calm and so peaceful going up. I didn't want it to end really, so really did not want it to end at all. I wish I could have gone down again and up again, but we didn't have time, which is a bit of a shame. But look at that. So, so beautiful. So the path actually finishes here, if it is a path. And I don't think it carries on. No, it doesn't. Look at those jagged mountains at the top. So, so beautiful. You see another empty car going there. And this seems to be a lot greener. I can see a lot more greenery on this bit. I think I was looking the other side before, but I see it's a lot greener. Look at those bushes and little trees there. Oh, there is a bit of a path actually. Look, I can see it on the right there. So maybe you have to like get into the riverbed and then get back up onto that path. I don't know where it leads to. Didn't actually see it on the map. Not sure. I'll have to have a closer look at that, and maybe we could do that next time we come, because I definitely want to come and do this again. I really do. So as we go over this bit here, you get to see like the top station is right up there, and below it you can see part of the road, because I've actually just yeah, they've built a road to sort of, you know, bridge that gap there. There's a bridge. Again, spectacular bridge. Really, really lovely. Look at that. So gorgeous. I don't know. I'm lost for words sometimes when I sort of see beauty like this, because we were all quite quiet, just like taking it in and drinking in this beauty. And it looks so unspoilt as well. You know, it's really, really lovely. Just looks really, really natural. I know they've sort of cut into it and to make the road and everything, but the rest of it actually looks pretty unspoilt. Like they've just left it to do what it does. There's the road going across. You can see there's one of the roads going across, and then there's an, you know, as it snakes round again, there's a bridge at the top as well. But no, it was a good day to do this because it was so clear. And look, you can see like the misty mountains, the misty Hijaz Mountains in the background there. So, so wonderful. And there's the road again. So this was just, I would say, if you come to Saudi Arabia and you get a chance to come to Al Taif, you really, really have to do this. You know, even if you're not a lover of mountains, I think just the actual experience, and it takes so long, you know, 20-25 minutes is quite a long time to be sat on there, and I felt very, very safe. I did not feel at all in danger. You know, although it was windy outside, it wasn't swinging around very much, not at all, and I would recommend this. And I think, you know, for about £20-ish, it's a really, really good value for money experience. So there's the upper road. There was a road down there, but as the road snakes up the mountain, it then comes up to this bit. And look at that beautiful bridge. Okay, it's like on stilts, that bridge. And again, looking all very, very safe. So we are nearly at the top now. And I love the way, like when we nearly got to the top, you can see, like if you look to the right in the right corner, you can see the road sort of snaking there, and you see another bit of it, then you see another bit of it. It is absolutely gorgeous. It'd be so lovely to go up in an aeroplane or something and see it from above. So we are near the top again, and look, it was quite windy. Yeah, you can see the bushes sort of blown about there. So we got to the top station, it slows down again, goes absolutely slow, and time to get off and head towards the exit. So it's, you know, it's quite nice because you just get off and there's the little, you know, corridor that takes you to the exit. That's really, really lovely, really good. And there we go, the doors were opening, and there's more of that beautiful hotel. It's so, so gorgeous. I really loved it. Shame that it's not operating. I don't believe it is. So there's the exit, and we walked down towards the exit and back out into the car park area there. And as you get out of the exit, if you turn left and walk along a bit, there is a restaurant on the left hand side as you go along, and then look to your left, there is a restaurant, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'll just do a very quick walk through, really, because I didn't know if they would mind sort of anyone recording. There were a few people sitting in there, so I didn't want to do too much. So this is the Al Hada cafe, and they've got things that are not allowed. There's a whole list there of what's not allowed. Didn't look at that, but don't think we did anything wrong. So just walking through, so obviously they serve refreshments and food here. I hope he didn't mind me videoing him. But so, you know, there's tea, coffee, cold drinks and food. So that was the inside bit, and here is the outside bit. So you've got indoor and outdoor seating. We were in a bit of a hurry, so we didn't actually stop here to have a drink or get any refreshments, but maybe next time, hopefully we will. So I had a good last look at this building, which is lovely, and then it's back to the car park and back to our car, and then off we go. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it inspires you to come and do the cable car ride if you're ever in Saudi Arabia. So please do like, subscribe, share and click your notification bell to keep up with all my new videos. Please visit my channel because there's loads of videos and shorts all about food and travel, and there might be something on there that you actually like. So please do take a look, and thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you're a lover of mountains, you're bound to have enjoyed it. So thank you, and see you next time.